Welcome, everyone. So happy to have you here today. We have David and Wendy and Pamela and Roger and Tish and Joanne and Kathy and Steve and Jill. Welcome, everyone. Do let me know where you are tuning in from today. My name is Kelsey, and I am originally from Chicago, but my husband and I just moved to Valencia in Spain. So I took a little train trip down to Cordoba, mainly to see the beautiful flower festival, but also to see this amazing mosque cathedral. It is the only one in the world that is a mosque cathedral. Uh, Tish, I'm laughing at your comment about the daisy earrings in honor of Daisy Dog. That's cute. Um, yeah, so we are having the Patio Flower Festival tour later this evening. It starts in 3 hours from now, but I did want to share this with you because this is such an amazing place. Just a quick reminder, I am not an official tour guide. I am a traveler, but I have been to 47 countries, mostly by myself, and I find all of the fun, delicious, beautiful, and historically important things. So if you have questions, comments, thoughts, do ask them in the chat, and I will do my best to answer all of the questions that might arise. So we have seen enough of me. Let's turn this around and get started. So welcome, everyone. Oh, also in terms of using the platform, do let me know where you are tuning in from. We have Patricia in New York. Welcome. And the postcard option, you can click on the screen and you see that little round button, and that will let me take pictures of what we are seeing. You can also see the location of where we are in case you want to know exactly where we are today. And also, you are my eyes and ears to the tour. So in case something is sounding a little funny, in case it's pixelated, I am in a very old building. So do let me know in case you're like, hey, this spot is not so good. Maybe the walls get too thick here or whatnot. So do keep me posted in the chat. All right, I'm going to put on my mask and let's get started. Okay. This is why this is why this building is so incredibly famous. We're gonna go walk all around and see all of the beautiful things to see. This building is about 3 blocks, so it is a huge place, and we have a lot to see today. So again, this is the Mosque Cathedral from Cordoba in Spain. Real quick history for you. If you came to my Cordoba tour yesterday, this might be some repeats, but the Romans founded the city in year 152 BCE, and then it was taken over by the Moors in year 700 and by the Christians in year 1200, or in the 1200s, which is when they also expelled the Jewish community from this society. And I actually learned a fun fact. I just learned this today, actually. So if you can prove that your family lived here during and was expelled during the time that the Jews were forced to leave, you can automatically get Spanish citizenship. So there's more information about it on the internet, but in case any of you who want to move to Spain, check your last name because apparently quite a few people from the States and from Europe, or well, from parts that are not in the EU, are doing that. So we are in the Mosque Cathedral. For those of you who are just joining, welcome everyone. This building was built in the 8th century, and the Arab community said, hey, look, there is a Roman temple. Let's build something on top of it. So that is when the mosque part that we are looking at now, that is when the mosque part was built. And again, this is a 3-block long building. So we're just going to keep looking around here. So this building is rectangular in shape. And for a while, it was shared by the Christians and the Muslims. This is beautiful. So after the Moors captured the city in year 711, By the end of the century, Cordoba was the capital of all of Spain. It was the capital during the Moors, so that ended in year 1236 when the Christians came. And they saw this beautiful church. They had absolutely, or this beautiful mosque, excuse me, they had absolutely no money. And they took a cross, stuck it in the very middle, and said, hey, now it's a cathedral. I'm not kidding. That's actually what happened. Of course, there was more to it, but from what the locals say and the tour guides here say, that is how this went down. They didn't have any money to build a Catholic cathedral, so they literally just took over the mosque. That is why a lot of the mosques in town, or a lot of the churches in town, have minarets, which are associated with mosques, because they used to be mosques. And when the Christians showed up, they literally just claimed them and said, well, these are ours now. Whew. So the mosque's main feature is this amazing main hall, and it has 850 of these arched columns. Actually, there are two of them, so it looks like there are double arches here. And you can see the beautiful red color on them as well. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? There we go. So we are in a little bit of a darker area, but as we walk around, we're going to see how the sunlight affects the shadows and affects all the arches as we walk. This is a stunning monument, if I do say so myself, and it is, from what I have learned today, is that Cordobans don't like to destroy anything. They like to recycle, and they always have done that. So we're not talking about tin cans or plastic bags. We're talking about buildings, ancient buildings. So because many of the residents in Spain, about 70%, are Roman Catholic, they're also very superstitious. So, side note, in case anybody dies in a palace or in a very fancy home, no one will move in. I mean, tourists will move in, but no one from Spain will move in. And they have to turn it into an important civil building. So it's either a town hall or a meeting hall and whatnot. We have a question. Are the columns from the Roman temple? Yes. So let me get a little bit better of a look here. The way to tell if it was built by someone who had money, like the Romans did, is to look up. So as we can see here, this very decorative, right? This is 2,000 years old, all of the tops of these. Well, I wouldn't say 2,000, maybe 1,700. And then the rest of the arches were added when it became a mosque in the 700s. But we are going to see a little bit later, some of the little decorative tops of these that are maybe not so decorative, because they were added later when the Christian soldiers showed up, and they had no money and things were falling down, and they basically just plopped some sandstone on there, some limestone rather, and said, all right, that's it. There we go. We fixed it. Aren't these amazing? Here we go. And again, there are 850 of these double arched columns. This was the largest mosque in the Islamic kingdom back in the 800s and the 900s. Isn't this beautiful? So the reason the Romans came here in the first place was because we had the river. And there's also something I learned today for all of you. There is a huge lake underneath the city, massive, so much so that every household has a well, every single one. So in the courtyards that we're going to see later, we're going to see a little bit of how each household gets their water. Of course, we have modern plumbing here too, but there is a well that is under everyone's house. And the reason the Romans stayed was because they saw a lot of olive trees and thought, we can sell all these olives, make some money. Oh, hey, there are some grapes. We can turn that into wine, make some more money. Then they saw silver. So, according to the locals, this is the number one place in Europe to buy silver because this is where it originates, at least the silver pieces we have here. I did just want to show you a lot of these paintings. So these were added in the 1600s when the Christian church got a lot of money from taxation, from fees. So from what I have gathered today is that a lot of people were not allowed to do unsavory activities due to their religion, which, I mean, is fairly normal and expected. But the way that they got around this and still considered themselves good religious folk was to go to the church, or go to a building that was owned by the church and say, hey, I I had relations with a woman, or I drank too much, or a variety of other things. You pay your tax for doing that, you pay your fee, and then you're considered a good Christian again. So it's like confession, except there's a lot of money involved. So that is how the Christian church ended up getting a whole lot of money, which, if I slowly make my way over to the cathedral part of this, we will see just how much money they got. So we will see these beautiful arches again. They are all over the place, but I do want to show you this cathedral. Like, literally, there is a cathedral in the middle of this building. Here we go. Almost there. Oh, are we feeling the Christianity now? Look at this. I'm laughing because it is so amazing, and the fact that it's right in the middle of this building, I just think is very cool and also kind of funny. I'm just adjusting my bag. I will hold this a little bit more still for you. Just a second. Okay, there we go. So let's go on in this cathedral and see how it differs from the rest of this. I do want to show you all of these little figures, and I guess they're gargoyles. I don't know. I mean, they're supposed to be saints, but these don't look too saintly, if I do say so myself. Here we go. Very interesting. Aren't these stunning? I agree with Diana. Yeah, this is the one that gets me. He doesn't look too happy. But I mean, the detail on this. And this is, how many hundreds of years old? That's so amazing to me. So beautiful. Okay, we are now heading over to the cathedral. You can see all of the new money additions here. Look at all of these. Wow. And if I back up a little bit, you can see that it's still this sort of keyhole shape that we're used to with Islamic architecture. But this is all, we'll see this in a second, but this is all marble. I mean, that is serious expense, especially back in the 1600s. Let's get a little bit closer. Aren't these amazing? Welcome, everyone. For those of you who are just joining, we are in the Mezquita in Cordoba, Spain, which is the only mosque slash cathedral in the world. And it is the number one thing to see in Cordoba. And probably, I would guess all of the southern Iberian Peninsula. So all of south of Spain. There we go. And again, we're seeing all of these beautiful decorative archways. So when the Romans made a whole lot of money from selling wine, selling grapes, they decided to keep all of their money and make this the capital of Hispania, which, fun fact for all of you, Hispania literally translates to land of rabbits. So there were quite a few rabbits here. Again, this building is a 3-block long rectangle, so we are moving toward the inner part of the cathedral. We've seen a little bit of the Christian designs here. Ooh, actually, let me show you this before I pass by. Look at the inside of this. Look at those designs, and again with Muslim. Oh, thank you for telling me that. All right, let's go over here. And look here. Ah, there we go. Thank you for telling me about the bad connection. Greatly appreciated. Okay, I hope we are back. Nope. Let's go in the middle here. See if we can. Sorry, I know that there's a poor picture. I'm in the middle of this stone building. I'm walking to get to our. Okay, here we go. The connection should get better now. So, very pixelated at the moment. Any luck? Is it looking a little bit better? Any better at all? Fine, here I refreshed. Oh, good, okay. Sorry, we are in the very middle of this, so it looks like it's going to go in and out for just a little bit, but I'm hoping that we can still get to where we can see. Okay, thank you for letting me know. So here is the main part of the cathedral. There are also lots of people praying right here, so I do want to back up a little bit. Isn't this amazing? So this is the 16th century edition, thanks to the Christians who brought all of their people doing naughty things money and built this amazing addition. Yes, I'm going to flip this around to see all of it. I just wanted to show you the ceiling, which is, to me, just very, very cool. Now you can kind of show you there are lots of people here. It is a busy place. Here we go. So there are Roman remains everywhere here, not only in this church, of course, but all over the city. And oh my goodness, look at this. I will continue that in just a second. Look at this. So I don't think this is actually an organ. I think this is some sort of altar in the back, but there are no organ pipes behind it. But let me show you the chairs. For those of you who are a bit more religious than I am, I would love to know what this could be. The seats are facing the opposite way though, so nobody would be looking at this. Very interesting. And we have the golden eagle, which everyone in Spain loves the golden eagle. I'm not sure why eagles are so important here, but I do know that it is a very popular thing to have on all of the buildings. Appears to be a wood screen separating the choir from the nave. Ah, thank you, Evan. Very helpful. And then look at the detail here. We can get a little bit closer. This is amazing. Oh my goodness. Eagles are an enhance of the Imperial Church Rome. Oh, very helpful. Thank you, Arun. I love when you guys know things about where we are that you help teach me things also. Look at this. So each one of these is different. And there are no people that are allowed to come up to this part of the choir. Just all roped off. But this dark wood is beautiful. And look at all of the... I just want to move this down here a little bit. Look at the designs, even on the armrests. Wow. This is just amazing. What an amazing building, Diana, I agree. Good. Oh, rude wasn't a typo. It's an old English term for cross. Oh, thank you. Very helpful. And then I just want to show you the top part of this again and the ceiling because that is stunning. Oh my goodness. Here we go. So from what I have learned today is that there are Roman ruins literally everywhere in the city. And I was chatting with my guide who is a local, and yes, here is our organ. Very serious. You know what? I'm going to do the vertical picture. So we're going to change in 3, 2, 1. Here is the organ. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I wish they would play it. Can you imagine how loud that would be? What a cool thing. So when I was chatting with my guide, he said, a lot of people we're going back. 3, 2, 1. Okay. He said a lot of people are currently trying to buy property in Cordoba. And I said, that's great. And he goes, the issue though is that you don't want to buy property right in the city center. And we all said, well, why not? And he goes, because there are Roman ruins under literally everything. There are Roman ruins under houses, under parking lots, under buildings, under parks. If you dig far enough, you will find a mosaic, you will find Roman pottery, you will find everything. And so he said, I would not recommend having, buying something in the city center because builders who find Roman remains are required by law to report it to the city, and the city is required by law to open it to the public, which means your house that you just bought for 100,000 euros becomes a museum, and there is nothing you can do about it. Isn't that crazy? Do they still celebrate Mass here? I have seen a sign that says that they do, but it was supposed to happen today, and I haven't seen any worshipers all day. So maybe it is once a month or something, or maybe there's a different entrance also. But how amazing would that be? Oh yes, I always share my tip if you would like to get into churches that oftentimes are charging for their a tourist ticket, you go when a mass is happening. And do be respectful. You do have to, be quiet. Don't have your camera out here, there, and everywhere. But it does allow you to see the churches for a little bit less, a little bit more time, but it is free at that point. There we go. All right, so we are just coming up on the end of this tour. This is my little surprise tour for today, as we do have one starting in about 2.5 hours of the Patio Flower Festival. Oh, thank you so much for your tips, greatly appreciated. The Patio Flower Festival is going to be beautiful. I cannot wait to share it with all of you. And let me just get a little bit better of a view here. And do follow me if you would like to know more about these fun places we are headed. And again, I am not an official tour guide, but I have been to 47 countries, and I look forward to making that many more, hopefully with all of you. Thank you, Penny. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Deirdre. Thank you, Marilyn. Greatly appreciated. I look forward to seeing all of you again in the future. Thank you, Dr. B. Thank you, Harrison. Much appreciated. And next week, normally I would turn the camera around and tell you this as I'm looking at you, but I think this is so amazing that I can't not keep showing it to you. Next Sunday, I am headed to the I'm headed to the Canary Islands. Oh, thank you, Tish, for posting my tours. So next Sunday and Monday, we will have some tours in Tenerife, which is in the Canary Islands, which is basically 60 miles off the coast of Morocco, but it is a part of Spain. And someone earlier said, please do more tours like this. I will, because this is so much fun. I'm wondering, I'm hoping that this time works for all of you around 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, because I did one in Malta, and I think I did it way too early because very few of you familiar faces were there, and I think you just weren't awake yet. So I will try at least a couple days in advance if I know I'm going to be able to get in somewhere very cool. So I'm glad to hear that this is a good time. Thank you for arranging for us to see this incredible place. Oh, thank you, Penny. Glad to hear it. Glad to be here and happy to have you here. Oh, I just want to show you one more thing, and then I will bid you farewell. It's a good taster for when we will go to Cordoba in just over 2 weeks' time. Oh, Maura, you're going to have so much fun. And Maura, I would actually recommend that you check out the Cordoba tour, like tourist information. Part of the website literally gives you a free walking tour guide, and it just says go here, go here, go here, go here, and that is how I have found some of the prettiest and most important things. Earlier, I had promised to show you some of these that were perhaps not as ornate. So these were probably built by the Christians when they were being replaced, because they're clearly not as ornate. There wasn't a lot of money here, but they still needed to hold up this beautiful roof, this beautiful building. So, fantastic tour. Thank you. 7 a.m. Pacific time is perfect. Oh, okay, wonderful. I'm going to show you. Here are some of the books that they have found from the 1800s and 1700s. What? That is amazing. These were all located in Madrid, but they brought them over here because everybody wants to see them in this building, but also this is a great way to keep them safe and show them off, because this building also just a little bit more. Look at the detail here. Isn't this amazing? Yes, I believe these are Bibles. It just says that they were found in Madrid in 1776 and then found in Madrid in 1858. So I believe that they are Bibles, but we can't see inside them. Oh, the organ. Oh my goodness. Wow, exciting. Bienvenido a la Mezquita-Cathedral de Cordoba.
está realizando una visita cultural a un templo católico. Respete el silencio y permita que las personas contemplen este lugar. Muchas gracias. Welcome to the Mezquita-Cathedral of Cordoba. You are on a cultural visit to a Catholic temple.
Okay, it was more of a informative organ. I thought they were going to start a mass and I got so excited. All right, I'll give you one more view and then I will pop this around. Thank you all so much for coming to the tour today. I had such a great time seeing so many familiar faces. Here, let's look at the pretty things. Ah, isn't that gorgeous? Yes, so do join me in about 2.5 hours, as we explore the Patio Flower Festival, which we will also learn the four things that combine into a perfect patio here in Spain. So it's going to be lots of fun. And then I do head home tomorrow on the train for 6 hours. So cross your fingers and toes that I don't fall asleep and miss my stuff. No, I'm just kidding. But then next Sunday and Monday, we are headed to Tenerife. Thank you so much, Tish, for posting my next tour. And then also, one more thing. I did upload an image. They found another church underneath this. So I just posted this picture. This here, the tall building is the bell tower, which is also a minaret, which is inside it. And right below it, I don't know if you can click on the picture. I can't, but if you can click on the picture, you'll see some construction. There was a gardener who was watering flowers or whatnot, and he was digging a little, and he found some remains. They don't know when they're from or what time period they're from, but they do know that it is a church, which basically changes the name of this building. It is eventually, when they do dig up the church, it will have to be called the Mezquita-Cathedral Church at some point, because there's a church literally underneath this building. Isn't that crazy? So maybe in 5 or 10 years we can do another tour and I will have to say, welcome to the Mezquita-Cathedral Church. So cool. All right. Thank you all so much for joining. For those of you who tipped, thank you ever so much. And do follow me. And if you did like the tour, please leave me a review and let me know what you liked about it. I think you can only do it on the browser, but do let me know. I'm trying to tailor them a little bit more. So I would love to know what you like about them so I can do more of that. And yes, I will hopefully see you all soon. We did a 6-hour train from America to Madrid. 6 hours, I feel you. And Voyagers, click on the image to enlarge. Thank you. Thank you, Kelsey. Great tour. Really feel like I was there. Thank you so much for your tips. Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, everyone. I look forward to seeing you in just a couple hours. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Goodbye, travelers.